The podcast, Say It With Your Blood Clot Chest, contains discussions on sensitive topics. The views expressed by the participants are their own and may not reflect the opinions of others. Please be aware that the content provided is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Listener discretion is advised, as the discussions may include explicit language and challenging subject matters. The host, guests, and production team are not responsible for any discomfort or offence caused. We encourage open-mindedness while engaging with the content. Thank you for listening, and we hope you find value in the show.
So Micah must have, I don't know what he did to her, but you know when you're playing games on the bus and it gets a little bit too far, but there's no one there to kind of officiate and say, right, this is too far.
That's it, stop it, yeah.
It went a little bit too far. So we've got off the bus now, gone home. Yeah, about an hour later, Jasmine at the front door. Meshech, Micah, come down. So I'm like, you at the house? So Jasmine's come to the house. So I'm like, yo. So I've looked at, you know when you look out the window to see like why.
Yeah.
So I've seen her outside and been like, I don't know anything.
What's she doing here?
My problem. So I've come down and been like, you right? And she's like, oh no, not, it's Micah. She gave Micah a grilling. But obviously, you know what my mum's like. So she's a bit like, she's taking it, but she's like, but you're at my doorstep acting a little wild.
Yeah.
So like, what really is it? Do you know what I mean? But honestly, I thought my mum was gonna like get into it, but because Michael's in the wrong. I can't remember what he did to her. Like he did something to her on the bus and he made her upset. So mum obviously got. Yeah, mum wasn't happy with it and she came over to ours.
Yeah. Understandably, go around and have a word. It's good that's how it was as well, because your mum probably would have known her, so it's easier for her to go around and have a word and just be like, yo, what's going on? Whereas nowadays, the youth are trying to handle it themselves and
it's crazy.
Poking and and there's no community, there's no one, there's no elders, there's no thingy, but that's another story for another day, because that's what we're going to bring back, man. Okay. We're definitely going to bring that community vibe back.
Right. We're here. Say it with your blood clot chest.
Hey,
we're not doing that. Shut up. Why? Just let me do my thing. I'm the host.
Oh, all right. Sorry. You know what I get
Right, we're here. Say it with your blood clot chest. First question. Don't worry. Not even a question. We're just going to go straight into it. Let's talk about the day you ended my career. Let's just go on to that. Get this out of the way and then we'll start the show.
I'm glad you've led with that, because first thing, I wanted to come here to apologise, because obviously I've dislocated my knee twice. I don't know. It's peak. Yeah. But that day, right, so you were attacking and I'm a decent defender, as I'm a decent defender. But a lot of people didn't know like that.
Give your kid a run for his money.
I get stuck in.
I didn't expect you to be a good defender.
Yeah, I get stuck in. A lot of people don't know that about me. Like, I like attacking, but I like defending. You know what I'm saying?
Problem.
So you're running at me, and I could see you're a bit overzealous. You know, it's probably your first game. He's trying to get busy. I'm like, I've met many guys like this before, so I know what to do. So I can remember sticking my foot out, trying to intercept the ball. I either touched the ball, and then because I touched the ball so hard, it almost like then affected the way you were, your balance.
Yeah, and your presence.
Yeah, your presence. So you probably didn't expect me to.
I expected to hit that ball.
Yeah.
When I went, I expected to hit, but I hit an air ball.
Exactly.
Because you kicked the ball away.
So I've intercepted the ball. Obviously, I probably hit you a bit stronger than you probably thought.
Then you used to that brute strength.
Brute strength, and it's kind of came through your whole body.
I'm gonna let you have your half.
And then you've ended up on the floor, but I didn't actually see the knee get dislocated.
I didn't even feel it. I didn't feel the knee get dislocated. I didn't hear nothing. It's only when I got on the floor and I looked at my knee.
It was when you was on the floor,
and I thought, what's my knee doing there? But I thought the same thing. I thought I dislocated it.
You know? It was on the floor, but when I seen you on the floor, I knew straight away. But it annoyed me, because the first thing I remember speaking to you like, please guys, I know guys haven't played in a while. Obviously, I've been playing for a minute.
He came late.
I've been playing.
He came late today as well.
He came late, man. Didn't get warmed up. And, you dislocated your knee.
Yeah, I did.
And then, man, I felt really sorry for you, because obviously I put you out for how long?
I didn't.
I'm still out now.
I warned him. I said, warm up. We don't play.
I do apologise.
After a long time of thinking, 3-4 months, same kind of reflection you do when you're in jail. You know, when you think about what went wrong, what I should have done different, all them things there was going through my mind. And I had at first, my initial thing was, I was shooting, you kicked the ball away.
with one leg, and while you were leading, because it was a bit of a slide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were both sliding. We were both had momentum.
Fast.
Yeah, you're fast. And your momentum of your trailing knee clipped my knee while I had all my weight twisting, because I wasn't shooting straight. I was shooting diagonal, so I had to do it was kind of not a backward shot, but it was a Cruyff turn. And then I was.
He definitely went across there. He went all of that.
It was a Cruyff.
Nah, it wasn't. Let me get the people. Let's pause. Listen, yo, hey, let's give the people some context. So we organized a family football day. Yeah, it was to not necessarily for anyone to win, but so everyone could see each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Bonding.
We were a bit short on players, so it's like, who else can you bring along to this?
What scraps
to
are
this family football day? Courtney comes along, but he didn't realize that it was more for the vibes and the fun. But he's actually come trying to win.
Yeah.
So if you would have probably just taken a bit off,
and
you might have been dislocated.
Listen, it took me 9 months to admit that part,
Right.
that I was too competitive, too early. Simple as. I came and I didn't stretch. I didn't warm up. The only thing I stretched was my hamstrings. I remember clearly, but I came on 10 seconds to stretch before the ball kicked. I stretched my hamstrings. Didn't bother do the quad stretch, and it ended up to
But
be
you
my
was actually
downfall.
getting busy though. You could play.
No, I can play.
And he made that video. You remember when he hit it and it went top bin? Yeah. So obviously he was like, yo, Courtney's got a bit.
Yeah, I can play, and I wanted to prove it. Ma, I was trying to impress you, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Keep it in the half.
Keep it 100.
No. I did the Cruyff turn. I see my king go, and I said, "You're mine." And then they ruined.
A little bro like, not against my watch.
Nah.
More to this, more to it.
But I put it down to a few factors: not warming up, arriving late, and my over competitiveness. That has been a problem in my life all the time, even at work. I'm over competitive. No, it's not a bad thing, but it's a bad thing if you can't help it. Because then at times like that match, when everyone's looking a friendly vibe, I'm looking to score a banger.
No, but I was competitive, but I have to understand the flow of the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
and you have to wear yourself into it.
Challenge and when not to.
But I was chasing the ball right at the beginning. I thought I'd see it as a little warm up,
right.
Stamp my authority a bit, but didn't last long, and that's where it basically ended. And now,
did it last?
And
no,
it didn't last long. Yeah, it was a bit about.
It was about 5-10 minutes, man. As I said, I didn't warm up. How long were you lot playing for before we actually started the game? How long did you lot arrive? Like
we must have
15, 20 minutes?
about 15 minutes before you came.
Yeah. So you lot would have been warmed without having to try warming up. You know what I mean?
You weren't the only one who got injuries though.
No, a lot of people got
injuries. But not 9-month injury. They got stiffness, like
I know how
bad knee or something, out for a week or 2 weeks or something.
Yeah. Have you been doing your rehab though?
Yeah. Been doing my rehab. Rehab kicked me out now. They said, you don't need you anymore. Just keep doing what you're doing. You should get your bend back. I'm 80% back to getting my bend.
Sizey and all that, arms, tricep, all of that.
I can't burn the fat no more, man. I can't, it's hard to burn the fat. I've just hung up a punching bag at my new yard. A punching bag and some pull-ups on a tree. Trying to get a little home gym ready. I'm going to get the bench from my dad's and bring that up there as well. So I'm going to try burn this fat because, boy, daddy fat's coming on. Anyway,
let's get busy, man.
This is Say It With Ya.
Hey.
Blood clot chest.
Man. We're here, man.
It's a big one this year.
Finally, man. We made it.
I was looking forward to this week.
I
really was. I was looking forward to it,
man.
All right, so we're going to start off just about you, Micah. How was it?
Don't go. Whole ass.
Sorry.
Whole ass.
I'm the editor.
No, leave
I'm
that
the
in.
editor, you know.
You gotta leave that in.
I'm the editor. All right.
Oh.
Meshech.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's because it's the M. Meshech. Where are you from, Meshech?
So for the viewers who don't know me, obviously apologies.
Proper introduction, Meshech.
I'm from here, man.
Tee.
I'm from CPT, Chapeltown.
CPT.
LS7.
Born and bred?
Born and bred, man.
Louis
Just
Street.
Louis
Raised,
Street.
what primary school did you go to?
Ooh, well, I didn't go to primary school in the ends, but I went to Moortown, Archbishop Cramner.
Same primary school as me, man.
Sanka. Come on.
Guy in the background.
Yeah, we know why Sanka went there. But if you live in Chapeltown, why do you go all the way up there?
It's a very good question because my mum knew that in order for us to try and excel in life, We had to be around
Away
a
from
different,
niggas.
a different community. And I'm not going to say that, but a different community of people.
You have to be
Listen,
exposed to different things.
Exactly.
innit?
Yeah,
You have to
yeah,
be
yeah.
exposed to different things, and if you're growing up in the ends, and all you export, and you're going to school with everyone in the ends, then you're gonna get an ends mentality.
100%.
And if you think making that move
One of
was
the
like
best things.
checkmate, let's
One of
be
the best
honest.
thing. It was chess. It was
checkmate.
chess.
That was checkmate by your parents.
That was one of the best things my mum could have ever done. Sent us to a school in a different area. Because it was just like, I remember going with loads of different white people, obviously coming from a black community. I love my community, you know.
Of course.
But being in a white, you were forced to adapt, learn about a different culture of people. Obviously, we live in England, so it's their country, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, it helped me throughout my life, definitely.
And it's early as well. You did it early.
Yeah.
Like, I know how that feeling. I went to Huddersfield, but that was, well, Brighouse, let me say, white area as well, blah, blah, blah. But that was 13. That's when you've already got certain views, certain developments, certain relationships and stuff. But when you're doing it from early.
Yeah, we were quite lucky, though, because like Sanka said, there was Sanka there. And then obviously we had Jordan Wisdom and the twins.
Yeah,
We had Fanny Man, David. We had Marnie.
Moons.
Sarah Moons.
Yeah,
we
there was
had
a lot of it. Bernie.
Tashana
Only
Williams.
niggas and most of them are family, innit?
This is what I'm saying. So it was like it was a predominantly white school, but we had our community of black who helped us along the way, and if there was any issues that went on, we were connected.
Good in that school,
and we made sure that we looked after each other.
No, definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely, we had-
got a little sticky.
No, even like, there's a lot of stories. It's a T show, but I could tell stories about my man having a fight with two brothers and coming out on top.
Booking them up.
Yeah.
Almost come out on top, and then someone pushed him in the back.
So you remember all that? You got good
I
memory.
got a sick memory because I didn't leave Leeds, so all my memories in Leeds are kind of like,
Distinct.
Yeah, distinct. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thinking.
All right. So tell us about how it was growing up in Chapeltown, and let's stay away from Moortown. What was it like out of school?
Chapeltown for me is it was amazing. I remember my childhood just being absolutely incredible. I don't know if it's because I was one of the younger ones in my family, where I had the likes of Sanka, Juicy, Micah, Jizza, Googs, Mars. So everybody like had learned certain things, and I was just coming through with them. You remember, you know Camel, don't you?
Yeah. It was with Charlene.
With Charlene.
Yeah.
Held that brother up, because I remember we used to be like in the ends, and he used to do like little adventures with us, and we'd go like on some mad adventures, and he'd give us medals at the end.
Yeah.
I remember that vividly. I remember.
Don't you remember him from the bus? He used to be at the back of the bus when we was young, getting on the 71
To go thingy.
to go to Archie. He was at the back of the bus. Him and Stutter's sister Natalie.
Oh, I remember Natalie. Yeah.
Papa was at the back.
I remember Natalie.
A guy called Curry, his sister. There was a few people because they was all like Clinton's age, wasn't it?
That's right.
They was all like Clinton's age, but they were going Alton High and then we were going primary school.
That's right. Yeah. Because Alton High was attached to our primary school.
Yeah.
So naturally, you would go from Archie to Alton High.
Also, Alton High is attached to that Moortown Primary School.
Well, no, it was called Archbishop Cranmer before it became Moortown.
Right.
It was literally just a gate separating it. But you got into Allerton High, man.
Yeah, because Aaron went to Allerton Grange.
Right.
And it was too rough for him. So they managed to get him a move from Allerton Grange to Allerton High. So because he got his foot in the door, I got my foot in the door. Same with Mealy. Clinton got in.
Right. So
Because
that's
he got
how.
his foot in the door. Mealy got his foot in the door, but then obviously
I
you lot
couldn't kill.
didn't get
Well,
that.
basically, Mike couldn't get in.
Yeah.
And that was probably. So he went to Wetherby, and when it came to obviously my time to apply for high school, I was supposed. I wanted to go to Allerton High, but because Mike was at Wetherby, it wasn't that easy to get in, like Sanko was saying.
It was hard, especially if you're from Chapeltown.
Yeah,
They would only let a certain number. They had a
quarter of
percentage.
people.
So like in my year, there was 3 black boys in my year.
Yeah.
I think the year above, Dog, Shana, and Marcel. 3 black boys the year above. Year above that, Sham.
When
Sim.
Old Dog in your school?
Old Dog was the year above me.
Right.
Old Dog was the
I
year
swear
above
he went to our school as well, the Old Dog.
He did get kicked out of my
Yeah, I think he came to
He
our
did get
school as
kicked out
well.
of my
You say Sham Sim?
No, Sham, my cousin.
And Simeon.
Sim,
Mixed race
boxer,
one.
Simeon.
Yeah.
And Tom Paul. So they we like to have a pattern like 3 black boys, 3 black boys each year. I don't. There could have been 5 in a year, but I can only remember 3 in each year.
Yeah, but
So yeah, That's why you probably didn't get lucky.
Yeah, growing up back then, Chapeltown, it was fantastic. School was amazing. I remember Jordan Wisdom, boy. We used to be into like backflips because when I grew up, I wasn't really into football. I was into gymnastics. So I was into gymnastics, and my dad used to take me to gymnastics and my brother to football. But he kind of had to make a decision because obviously money was a bit tight back then, so he couldn't really. Obviously, he wouldn't have said it to me, but as you get older, you realise, he probably had to make a decision. So, I had to stop doing it. But that was my first passion. I didn't like football for up until I was about primary school when I started playing in the school team. But I was always gymnastics.
You're like a gymnastic kind of guy.
Yeah, that's where my natural strength comes from because I've always been. That's been my main sport. Yeah.
Right.
But Jordan Wisdom, one of the most natural athletes I've ever come across in my whole entire life. Honestly, his ability, just a bit unlucky with certain things, but
But even now, he's still fit as a fiddle.
Honest to God,
I remember Jordan was different, man. When I first met him,
could do everything.
Backflips in play scheme, like.
Could
He's
do
not used to it in school and lunch.
normal, but he taught me. He come to my house, and he taught me. I remember he was just doing it. I was like, I've never done that. So then Ian and Ivan did it, but Jordan just had this natural ability
where he could just.
But do everything like it could be it was BMXing, gymnastics, even fighting. I've seen him knock out some guys.
Yo, listen, don't let him fool.
Honestly, I've seen him knock out some big human beings.
Yeah. Jordan can fight.
Just everything, he just had it. But obviously, people. It is what it is, isn't it?
Man.
Life in it.
What you
Life.
realise, it's knowing yourself and
Shout out Jordan Wisdom, man. That's my guy, man. He's
Jordan's the
a
guy,
real
man.
one. He's a real one.
Right, so quick score out of 10 then of your experience of Leeds. Just give me a score. I'm going to score you for every single one.
Ooh, Leeds. What we talking though? We're talking
overall. Just out of 10.
I'm gonna give Leeds.
Don't think too much.
I'm gonna give Leeds a 6.
Ooh, wasn't that good then, was it?
I'm gonna give Leeds a 6 purely based on the family element and the community was always been there, but the vibes and just everything else. I've always said to people that Leeds is the hardest place to get out, to go out on a night out, to get in.
Oh,
Dubai, Manchester, London, anywhere. It's the hardest place. The bouncers here, I don't know what they're on. I don't know who runs the doors, but the amount of times I've been rejected from places in Leeds, and
feel you, man.
I'm just like.
Well, do you remember when we went for a meal for Nana Helen's birthday?
Yes.
And then we went somewhere. We went to somewhere in town, but we're like near Dixie Chicken and that. Down at the arcade, and we struggled to get in with Micah when he was playing in the Prem.
No, it's
we were getting knocked back.
Yeah, I do remember that actually.
Back, and it's like, bro, I'm walking anywhere in Manchester and Leeds. I can't get in anywhere.
It's not like that.
It's mental.
Yeah, they're not interested.
Right. Yeah. All right then, let's move on.
So I'll give it a 6.
Let's talk about Manchester. What's your experience like living in Manchester?
Manchester.
How did you get to Manchester? What's the story?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. So, so I applied for university.
Yeah.
And Manchester wasn't really on the radar at first, but I thought Michael's like, yo, obviously I'm here, like, you could come here. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do student accommodation, all that. Yeah. We're nice. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know. So then I applied. I remember because I went to Park Lane College, got all my thingies there, and then I was probably gonna stay in Leeds. But then he was like, yeah, come. So applied for Manchester, got in. And then it was a madness.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was a madness.
That's not the normal student experience.
No. It was.
What did you go uni for?
So I did events management.
Events management.
Yeah, so events management with like hospitality. That was kind of my thing. To be fair, I just went for the vibes. Yeah. I've always been quite academic, but I knew in university if I wasn't going for like a proper degree, like a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, I knew I just want to go and network because that's always been my thing.
Bringing people you want to go and enjoy being a student?
Bringing people together, hence why I did the football. That's my natural. I like to just bring
people to,
So I remember getting there the first day, go to like the student union, have a look around, find out where obviously your campus is. And then it took me probably about 6 months to get bedded in. And then after that, it was a shutdown.
Yeah.
After that, it was a shutdown.
People like... If you don't know you, like let's say if someone just seen you out, or just seen you sat with your kid, and they probably think he's the
catalyst,
the hype, the energy.
Yeah.
They don't realize like there's you and Mans.
I'm the rocket through.
You know what I mean? Like you're a problem.
Yeah,
like,
if Michael's here now, he's actually quite chilled out. He's not.
Yeah.
Obviously, he does.
He has his hype though.
He's a hype
He
man.
can have his moments, innit?
Yeah.
But
Obviously,
he can sit back and do.
Yeah, but I would say I'm the rocket fuel. Yeah,
You
100%.
are. And I feel like you've always have been.
Yeah,
From young.
yeah, definitely.
And you're a bit of a lunatic.
Yeah,
Undercover
yeah,
lunatic.
I
And
believe
I
that,
remember
I see
nah.
that side to you.
Listen,
I believe it.
let me tell a story while I'm here
Yeah,
because you
talk
know
to
I
me,
don't
yeah.
forget nothing.
Yeah,
Go on.
you
One
go
time we were in Lewis Street.
Here we go.
So you and Mike used to have a bed.
So for anyone who don't know, Louis Street is the house I grew up in, the first house I grew up in.
Yeah, number 9 Lewis Street, Chapel Town.
Yeah.
That's where them lot grew up. And the Uncle Lincoln so always bring me down on the weekend to stay over. Rare. So this week, one weekend I'm staying over, and you and Mike were fighting, but there was a rule. So you man's bed was here, Mars's bed was here.
That's right.
Don't sit on Mars's bed.
Yeah.
Don't bother with Mars's bed. That's just the number one rule. Don't bother with Mars's bed. So Mike is winding my man up, winding him up, and Tee's. I don't know whose bed you was on. You was on one bed. You've leaped from one bed to the other bed and you've caught Mike
choked
by the
him.
throat. And I'm trying to pull him off. How would I
You remember all that? Yeah, he used to get like that, man.
Oh, it was hilarious,
get
man.
like that.
And the thing is,
You are mad.
because I'm a little bit older than him and I'm the kind of rowdy one in my age, I never seen that side of T. I didn't know. It's only like as I've got older and I've seen that you don't take no shit.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't really see that because you're quite chill.
Yeah.
People person.
Yeah.
You bring people together. You fuck with anyone that's on your vibe.
Yeah.
Like I'd never seen that side of him other than that day. And then obviously stories have happened and I've heard little things like T, we're gonna strangle someone. So T,
Yeah.
You get the,
You know what it is in regards to that.
human
Sanka?
though, innit?
Yeah, and it's just like a lot of that has come from Mike Juicy.
Yeah.
Juicy, I remember having a conversation with Juicy like don't take no shit from nobody.
Yeah,
Like,
Juicy's a bit of a no, man.
Juicy's obviously like he's my guy in it. So growing up, my idols were Micah, Juicy, yourself, Poser. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I looked up to you guys. You was my olders, but I remember Juicy being like, don't take no shit from no one.
Yeah.
Like, and
Juicy's a
yeah,
mad man.
he's mad. I've seen him tump guys up. You know what I'm saying? And him being like, yo, like, make sure you know,
Just
you don't take
handle
no,
business,
handle
man.
yourself. So, 9 Lewis Street, it was a crazy time, man.
But like,
Crazy time.
what people won't know as well, like, Lewis Street wasn't just any old place. It's around the. If you grew up in my era and you was on the road, you'd have heard of HG.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't until I got older. I didn't connect the dots that where you lived.
Yeah.
You had to go through HG every day because you was with Juice. You just
100%.
mentioned Juice.
100%.
Juice lived in HG.
Yeah. That's
Like-
to me. That's the heart of Chapeltown.
It
HG
is
to me.
basically.
There's
It's-
no
That's the
other
heartbeat.
way. It was a no-go zone. We've said it on the podcast before. Police was scared to go in there. You could have drugs on you, run into that place, and they're not bothering you.
But HG, you come in. The right side was hectic. If you went left, it was like a completely different world. Yeah. The people down there, you didn't really see them. You didn't really know who lived down there. So it was.
true.
If you come into HG, which is Hamilton Gardens.
That makes a bit of sense.
Do you know what I'm saying?
it's
If
true.
you turn
Makes
left,
true
it was almost like a forbidden. Didn't really go down there. But them gates straight ahead and then right. Yeah,
It's like G was saying, no, that was because of them older man like coming out and creating order and saying, nah, Lao free, you stay away from down there, and trying to G-check, man, like, I think he said it on the lives earlier on, like, you couldn't, there was certain man that used to come out and give it, like, Scabber and that wouldn't have certain things.
Oh,
man, like,
yeah.
Nah, you can't be doing what you're doing down there, man, like, so they probably kind of kept that little piece sacred where their mums are or whatever.
But again, HG for me was it was a amazing place to be growing up. Shout out Venom, man, because I remember when he was coming through, one of the most he played for Bradford back then.
Yeah.
My brother, we've had conversations about him. Natural talent, left foot, right foot. Like, honestly, people who don't know him, he was a footballer first.
He was a baller, yeah.
He bought some full size nets and put them in HG. Yeah, and he said that if anyone can save a penalty from me, I'll give like 100 quid. So I remember my brother being in net, trying to save.
Trying to get that. It's tricky as well.
Yeah,
He's
it's
a good
tricky.
keeper.
That's what I'm saying. You see now he's in net,
Keeper.
but For me, HG was like, I'd go there and it felt like home.
I hope,
Do you know what I'm saying? So when people talk about it as if it's like this place where a no-go zone, for me, it was that was like home. That's where my family lived. That's where I grew up. Obviously, when they put the gates there and kind of shut it down, it hurt me a little bit because it's like, fucking hell, I can't even go see Auntie Jenny from the back if I'm going that way.
You have to be
it was
looking
weird.
for it to be open.
It was weird, but a lot of people only know that about it, but it never used to be like that. But it was easy, for the man them, if we could get through there and then you take off, can't you? Cars can't get through there, but HG, that's a heartbeat at Chapel Town for me, man.
All right, we was on about money, but we've gone back to HG. If we're going to give HG an overall score, what are you going to give it out of 10?
I got it 10, man.
10 out of 10, yeah.
I've got to.
All right, now let's go back to Manny. Let's give an overall score to Manny.
Nah, let's talk a little bit about Manny, man. Like, we kind of skate over his...
I tried to, but you man went back to HG.
You said the other time, sorry, but I'm nostalgic. I just go back to
Yeah, I know.
So Manchester, for me, you probably chastise me for this, but for me, it feels more like home.
You felt more
I
like
know what
home.
you mean about Manchester, though, because it feels more cultured. Like, even like they've all got the black bakeries and more sides, just blood. Like, I love it down there, man. I think it's beautiful. But
yeah, the Manchester people really accepted us, man, and it was at that time. Obviously, when Michael was playing at City, it was a transition period between United were the best team in Manchester when I got to university. Yeah, and then it slowly became. Remember the Tevez, the Mario Balotelli, the Edin Dzeko.
There was a transition.
And I watched that play out from. There was a welcome to Manchester sign, and Tevez was there in Manchester colours, and that was like a pivotal thing in Manchester. There was massive uproar. United fans were kicking off because obviously he used to play for United, and then we watched it play out, man. Like, it was an amazing time to be in Manchester. I graduated in 2012, and that's when obviously City won the league, the Aguero moment. I was at the stadium with Marnie there.
Oh, you watching that moment? Yeah, wow.
That was probably the best experience I've ever had in my life, and I didn't even see the goal because they were losing. So I had my head in my hands thinking, "Fucking hell, City gonna lose." And then I never forget it. I had this like blue leather jacket on, and I don't know, might be Marnie or someone pulled me up. Tee scored and ripped it. And Aguero scored. I didn't even see it, but then afterwards we went down onto the pitch, held the Premier League, and then for a week straight it was just like a full-on party.
Yo, hey, did you only support City because Michael played?
City? Check this, he's an idiot. Nah, he's an idiot. Check what happened. He supports Man U. So one of my birthdays.
I'm so glad I asked that question.
One of my birthdays. Early. Nah, check it. So one of my birthdays.
He's cut me news so much.
I've been given
you was hoping that no one even noticed.
I've been given tickets. So me and David, my uncle Lincoln grabbed me. Me and David went down on my birthday. Went to go watch the game.
City game.
Manchester derby.
Right. At City's.
At City's ground.
Yeah, Etihad.
Yeah. Where Mike had that box thing these times.
Yeah.
So we were in the box team, living the life. When I went back to the end, I felt shit. But I was like, wow, this is a change. Yeah. But anyway, gone there. I think City Man U have won 2-1. Late minute goal. Might have been Rooney. I don't know if it was an overhead kick. I don't know. How come we're in the City stands? My man's cheering when Man United scored.
And you're in the City stands?
Blood!
You're in the City stands?
Uncle Lincoln wanted to kill him!
Fam, I did that!
Uncle Lincoln wanted to kill him, he wanted to lynch him! He said, no! Can't do that, Meshech!
I'm going to explain it now because I've been getting hammered for this for years.
Let him have his go.
But Sanka knows and it annoys me because he always brings it I don't always bring this up. Right, so I was a United fan.
Yeah.
Right. A massive fan of Ronaldo. Love United. It was one of them ones where, like I said, didn't get into football late, so you jump on the best team. Right? Yeah. How am I supposed to know that my brother's going to end up playing for Manchester City? You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
How am I supposed to know that? Whoa. Wait. So I support Manchester United, and he plays for Oldham. People don't realise that my brother got released from Leeds. Yeah, fuck Leeds, man.
Pussy.
That's why you rated it 6 out of 10. Go on.
Man. So anyway, brother played for Oldham. Then he went to Manchester City after that. So now it's a conundrum, right? So I support Man United. My brother plays for City. But City weren't that good then, so it was kind of like, but City are competing. Yeah. So now and then the shifts starts to happen. Obviously, my brother's like, yo, but you're a United fan living in a city house. I was like, what?
Oh, so you blaming Micah then?
I'm going to put it on Mike. I'm going to put it on Mike. I'm going to put it on Marnie. I'm going to put it on Marnie. No pressure. Like, but we're going to City games. You're a City fan. Like, what's going on? So then naturally, it was one of them ones where I remember my brother saying to me, like, this can't work. This can't work.
Mike is bright.
Yeah, he won't agree. He won't admit it, but he was like, you being a City fan in a way, a United fan, and so now I was like, fucking hell, I've got to support my brother. He helped me get City.
Was it one of them ones where we're hinting, if you don't support City, get out my yard?
No. That's what it is. It was like, you're at university in my household. You support Manchester United. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, come on.
So I'm like, well, I ain't trying to go homeless anytime soon. City look after us. So it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't support football from early. I got into it late. So then I'm like, how am I now gonna transition to a City fan after everybody knows I've got fucking Man United jerseys with Richards on the back.
Pictures in the thing.
It's crazy, but people who know me know.
Yeah.
Obviously, people I met later on
Don't
really know that. But anyway, so chopped it up and said, can't really work. So obviously, I had to. I started supporting them on the slide, so I won't really say anything.
I was just about to ask that, I was just about to ask. Yo, so when you started supporting City, did you burn your Man U stuff or did you keep it in the closet?
Give me weird.
Small.
And then man. Then obviously City started winning things. So it was just I kind of rode the wave.
Natural glory supporter.
Yeah, baby.
That's what we call it. But the thing is, now, man, you prioritize in the right place, man. Your family, man.
My family.
And look, I'm saying this now, and I've said it before, even before Micah even played for City, before City even became a reasonable force, they was my second team, you know. I supported them as my second team because I liked, who was it? Wright Phillips. I like Wright Phillips. I just liked him. I just liked how he played with the ball. And he attracted me to the game. You know how you get certain players that just attract you to that team and think, you know what? You make the team play better. Kind of like a Zaha for Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? It kind of makes you interested in the team and makes you want that team to win. Sometimes wants that team to play well.
You rate him and you're supporting him.
Yeah, and that's what Wright Phillips did for me. I thought this small guy just doing it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a problem, and so I can say that I'm not a Glory supporter. You know what I mean?
I've got to admit that I'm a Glory supporter.
Yeah.
Because I support my family.
You know what I mean? You say it with your chest, man. Say it with your chest.
Best. I was there for about 6 years. So, university, graduated, stayed in Manchester for a bit longer, set up a company, an events management company called Outrageous Behaviour. Had some student nights. It was a mad thing.
But you went into events before that, though, innit? Because you had
Sugar Rush. See, this is what I'm saying.
All right.
Listen.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, right. Okay. You want to start there? Listen. You said Manchester. All right. Okay. So Leeds. Anybody who was born in the early 90s and the late 80s will know about Sugar Rush. Yeah? Right, yeah. Me, Rory, Curtis, Ryan, Desi.
Yeah.
We set up a night. Obviously I was just like, yo, we need to set something up. And I remember being at Rory's house. Curtis was like, yo, what should we call it? And Curtis was like, Sugar Rush? Just came out of nowhere. I was like, yo, that's it. That's it. Yeah, hold on. That's it. So boom, we set it up. It was Curtis's dad's under 18s night, dad's venue. Put it on, obviously that's when Baseline was popping.
Yeah.
We had T2, TS7, Mercs. We had all of them.
Everybody
shut down the dance. You ask anybody.
You couldn't walk in there.
It was a mad
You couldn't walk in there.
So we had 2 events, and then the third event, it's haters, man. This is the thing about events. When you get big, when you do well in events, people hate. Yeah. So there was that, oh no, you can't. It was even we couldn't use a venue. They was trying to charge us some extortionate prices, so we had to shut it down. But you know what? I'm glad that it was 2 events that people remember.
Of course, yeah, you won't forget that.
So there was the only 2 events you did after that.
But that's all it needed.
That's
all it needed for me to understand. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Went to university, obviously. Sugar Rush. Sanka, come on.
Oh, it's thank you for reminding him about that, you know.
Shout out the man there.
Come on, man.
Shout out the man.
You're one of the best.
Wow.
The best thing since Evo's for under 18.
Wow. Yeah, and that could have been the next. We had, but it was more. rather than Evos, because it was like room 1 was massive and then room 2 was this was just room 2.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But with a little sprinkling of the room 1.
Why do you think these people started hating? Like, for example, the venues overcharging. Why would they do that?
Money,
if they know
bro.
they make
Money,
it
innit? Pound signs, people hate.
People trying to get a bit of extra change off you.
Extra change, but it's crazy you say that because taking you through to Manchester, did my events management. Then I met some guys at university. Shout out Toby, Henry, Dwami. Set up an events company, and then we had a weekly Friday night called Fresh Fridays. Honest to God, man, what was it like? we
In money, yeah.
got so busy that we had this. We had the. You know when you have the how can I say this? So you buy the queue jump.
Yeah.
So we sold so many queue jumps that the queue jump queue became bigger than the actual queue.
Oh.
Yeah. Because obviously we were young, we didn't really know how to manage crowds and stuff. So we've sold maybe about 150 queue jumps. So then the queue jump queue is actually bigger than the queue. So anyway, a lot of learning. It was a lesson we learned. But yeah, probably about 1,000 students every single Friday used to come to this event paying £3. We walked away with about $5,000 a night. Yeah, students. Yeah,
That's nice. That.
Yeah, it was mad. And we did that for 2 years. But to answer your question about why do you think people hate, again, we got so busy. The guy who owned the venue got jealous, and basically we did a t-shirt event. So all our nights were £3, and then we went on to a £10 t-shirt event. So your ticket was your t-shirt. So it was a Fresh Fridays. We just kind of basically jumped on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air vibe, old school hip hop. There was a room upstairs and downstairs. Mad thing. I think there's still a clip on YouTube actually. It's fucking mad. So yeah, t-shirt event came in, and he got jealous, and he was like, "No, the door's ours." So he basically kicked us out. But I was on holiday in Jamaica with Mike and Studge. Manny was there. So I got a phone call saying, "Yo, T," because obviously I was the only man them in the group. So they're panicking. They're just like private school boys. They don't know how to deal with this sort of thing. Guys come up saying the door's ours now. So you have to leave. It's our event. So T, they're kicking us out of our venue. So I'm in Jamaica like, what do you mean? It's like, well, Mike was like, yo, what do you want to do? I was like, what can we do? We're here in Jamaica. We can't. So we just had to. That was our final event. Yeah. But with that same brand, we put on DJ Jazzy Jeff. Yeah. So that was kind of like our end of university, and everyone got the exams. I remember speaking to him, so we had to. It was a mad thing. So obviously, students putting on DJ Jeff, he's used to a certain type of person putting him on and whatever. We just got in some hotel, and then one of the guys had like a decent car, so we drove him to the venue, did his sound check, and we had a little VIP area. I was in there with him, chatting to him, and he was just like really nice guy. But yeah, events to me, it's like a love-hate relationship because you're always here, but there's always someone who, unless it's your own venue.
And that when you lot was in Jamaica, that just out of the blue, you had no suspicion that there was any
I was excited
hateration.
thinking, in Jamaica, living t-shirt event, I couldn't be there.
Making money while
Yeah. I'm young. I'm about 20, 21. Your 5Gs a night. Listen, I'm here. I'm outside, man. I'm here, do you know what I mean? My life was nice. I had no worries, and then hearing that's when it was like, life, it's this.
Always testing.
It's this. And then after that, go on, what are you going to say?
No, I was going to say the next nights you started doing.
Hold on, man. We got time. Yeah, we got time. So we went from doing a student-based night, that's £3 entry, but then we was like, so because we'd made so much money through the week, we wanted to go out into the weekend. We didn't want to chill with all the university students. We wanted to see what the weekend crowd's saying. The Manchester, the crowd that my brother's involved in.
Big spenders.
Yeah. Let's see what this is. But bear in mind, obviously, all my boys are private school boys, so they got the black card. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mummy and daddy and that, they're dropping big money. So we'd been in a club, dropping some heavy money for about a year or two. So I was like, do you want to put on a night here? Because we told them, obviously, we have a student night. So I was like, do you want to do a night? So we did a night called La Vie. Up until now, the club shut down now. It's called Circle Manchester. People got in Manchester know what Circle is. They basically said to us, you have to make, say, 30 grand on the bar, which is unheard of. Never done it before. And if you don't make it, you've got to pay us the difference. So if we made 25 grand, we have to pay them 5 grand. Yeah. So I'm like, so we was all in a meeting now. Do you reckon we can do it? They've never done it before. Their biggest spend might have been, say, like 21, 22. So obviously at uni, you think
setting you an impossible
task. They wanted it to lose because they're thinking, we're getting 30 G's regardless. Either way, yeah. But now, shout out Circle, man. Afro P, come on, boy. You know tight it is. So it's your team dealing with, man. I'm not gonna shy away from nothing. Boom now. Yeah. The thing is, these people don't know that I'm calculated, so I'm like, okay, you're gonna set this task. Yeah. What they didn't know is my birthday was coming up. Yeah, they didn't know that. But they had an upstairs that had like a restaurant as well. So I said, okay, we'll do it, but you've got to make sure that the restaurant spend is included in the spend.
In the price.
So I was like, yo, man, yeah, birthday bash. First, we're going to do food upstairs and we're taking it downstairs. So I basically got loads of people to come for the upstairs.
To buy some
food and drink. Because obviously people drinking still.
Yeah.
Fam. Man, what was it like?
Go on, give us figures and how much you get at the end. I'm waiting for it,
We ended up getting about 32, 33.
Ooh, so you hit it.
But every single baller at the time was in there. I remember being in there and it was like I remember like Phil Jones, Makeda, who else was in there? Obviously my brother was in there, a few of the City boys, and a few of the boys from Leeds come down as well, who was dropping a bit of P, getting bottles at the bar. It got so busy that all the regulars couldn't even get in. Yeah, I remember just like it was
regulars screwing.
But I'm not even like I don't like. I like to say what it is. I'm not like blowing my own trumpet. Yeah, if I do an event, I do it properly. Like, that was like, because I used to go to that club on a regular basis.
Even before you did the event?
Yeah, before I did the event. Yeah, I used to go every week with my brother, with my friends. So I knew what it was like, but it was different because you've got the crowd coming from the restaurant downstairs. They wouldn't normally have people in the restaurant.
Especially coming down to party after.
Exactly. Then we sold a bunch of tickets. Shout out Luke, man. Yeah, shout out Luke because that guy, boy, a guy I met in Manchester, Googs, his cousin's friend.
Right.
Yeah. Ask Googs about Luke.
Yeah.
Right. Sold pure tickets for us. One of the most humble, down to earth guys I've ever met. I was like, yo, we got an event. He was like our main ticket seller for Fresh Fridays, and then we was like, yo, you can do this in the weekend crowd because you're from Manchester. Guys sold all our tickets. But the tickets that we made was like a black credit card. So then that was your ticket to get in.
Yeah. And
then it was a mad event. Hit the bar spend, and then everyone was happy. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. So Manchester for me, it's like home because that's where I grew up. That's where I grew up. Yeah.
That's a transition, isn't it? Yeah.
100%. And all my best friends that I've met from outside of Leeds are from University of Manchester. So for me, Manchester, it means a lot, man. Definitely.
Right.
It's big.
Right, so we're gonna go further out now.
Okay.
Further out. What took you to Dubai?
Wow. Well, what took me to Dubai was a holiday I had with these boys, Marnie, my brother. I remember we was at Park Life, and Michael was like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Dubai." So basically, how it worked was me, Marnie, Juicy, Mars, and someone else, I don't really want to mention his name, all lived in a house, but lived in Michael's house.
Yeah.
So he basically was like, come, stay with me, we'll pattern, whatever. I was obviously at university, Marnie was at college, Juicy was doing the music thing, Mars was kind of looking after the household, Michael's playing football, and you know the rest. So we're in his house now, and I've thrown off a little bit. Where we
Dubai.
So Michael said that you're gonna.
Yes, holiday. Sorry. I'm getting excited.
It's all right. Now, just let you talk.
We're at Park Life. So, Daniel Welbeck.
Yeah.
His boys had been maybe like a week or two before, and they was like, "Yeah, Dubai's a madness. It's a madness." So we're like, yo, mate, what? So we went on a big holiday every year, and he was like, right, we're going to Dubai. I was like, huh? We can't drink, we don't want to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
And then we seen them boys at Park Life, and I remember Danny Welbeck's boy called Pez. He was like, yo, Dubai is a madness. But I was still about, but can you do? Because I was in that same mind frame of you can't do certain things in Dubai.
Yeah. So what's the point?
So anyway, we get to Dubai. It was just like, I couldn't believe how incredible, just an incredible place. If there was ever a place designed for someone like me, it was that.
Describe the first thing you seen that made you realize that this is the place.
Well, obviously, man, we were traveling business, obviously. So obviously you're on there.
Oh, bubbling and shit, I don't want to say the wrong.
Yeah, good time.
Obviously, we turned it left on the, when you come. You take. So that was the first thing I saw. I know. Big things are going on. Yeah, but Dubai Emirates is basically like the Rolls Royce of the aviation. They're the best planes. Spend all the money on it, but it feels like it when you're on there. Like
so, even on the way.
On the way to Dubai, sometimes you go on Jet2 and Ryanair. It's a little rinky-dink.
Shit falling off the top.
Nah. He was like, the warm towels to wipe your face and like.
Oh no.
Oh, you get a menu of foods and drinks and champagne. So obviously I'm thinking, this is. It was from the minute I stepped on that plane, I knew something was different. So we get to Dubai now. We stayed in a place called the Zabil Sarai, so it was like a villa, but it was villas, but then it was like a pool that went around the whole villa. So imagine you had a villa, and Marnie had a villa, and I had a villa in Sanka. I could swim to your villa and then jump in your decking and go into yours. So it was just like a madness, something I never experienced before, obviously. We're like 2021, so I've seen things, but I've not seen things.
Just the layout's just different.
It was
to
different.
What you experienced and imagined.
So we get there now. First night's calm, just getting to know the surroundings and stuff. And then after that, honest to God, I've never experienced anything like it in terms of, obviously being a black guy in England, you think like we've come to a point where of acceptance of people like, out in Dubai, fam, you get treated like royalty.
Yeah,
you get treated like.
Don't care.
I get more
black,
racism.
you're white.
I get more racism in England than I do in Dubai. Yeah. So I was like, they're treating black people like this. Went into the clubs, the restaurants, the service was incredible. The ambiance, the nightclubs, everything about it. I couldn't believe that was a place 7 hours away that could, where the experience, but obviously these times people weren't traveling to, listen, I was one of the first to go to Dubai, man, listen.
You're selling it
people
to me,
need to understand, like, I was one of the first. Well, shout out Shanti, she went first, but then I came after. But now everyone's going to Dubai. People are ruining it, man. People are ruining it. Dubai was a place where you could go, where you didn't have to put everything online. You didn't have to, everything wasn't so showy. It was you went there, had fun, you came home, and you told people about the experience, like I said about Welbeck's people.
Yeah. When you went to Dubai, didn't you go like prior Snapchat and all this, like everyone feeling that they had to put everything online?
Now, social media was still a thing, but it wasn't so prevalent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so social media was still there. It's still active, because when I look back on Instagram, listen, it's still available.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so much. Do you know what I mean? It was more like wow. But now I think a lot of the English people.
They want to take a picture of the view at the top of the hotel. They want to let people know they're in Dubai.
And I get
what I mean?
I get that. That's where we're at. But when we went to Dubai, where it was just untouched. There was still a lot of English people there, but it was just an amazing place to go and enjoy yourself. And obviously, the Arabs love R&B and hip hop, so everywhere you go was hip hop and R&B. Do you know what I mean? Bangers left, right.
I didn't know that though.
A lot of people don't know that. The R&B, the Arabs love hip hop and R&B. So I got there thinking, feels like America.
Yeah.
Bottle popping culture. They've got all that. Obviously got the heat. The beach clubs. So I went there and I just couldn't believe how amazing it was. So did that holiday. And my best friend was living there, and he was like, "Look, you've got to come and move here." So came back home, did about 6 months, and then went out to Dubai. But a lot of people think, oh yeah, Micah looked after you. And it wasn't that. It was me. It was all me. Everything I've done. Micah's
I can believe that.
Yeah, Micah's always been a support. You know, whatever I want to do is always backing me, and he gives me the right sort of guidance and information, similar to what I do with Marnie. But it was always, I just wanted to go. So I always wanted to live abroad.
Yeah.
So yeah, my boy, this is a crazy story. So my boy was living in Dubai. Literally had a leaving party. Didn't have no job, no nothing. Just went out to Dubai thinking, right, I'm gonna find a job. Wanted to do events and hospitality.
Yeah.
Had a few interviews in events and hospitality. Decided it wasn't for me. And then Ben was like, why didn't you come and work at our place, which was like a bar, restaurant, nightclub sort of vibe. I was like, I don't really want to go back into hospitality because I'd been doing hospitality back in the UK for a bit. So he had a nice flat, 2-bed flat. He had his housemate who obviously worked there. So Ben was like, right, we need to try and get this guy sacked so you can get this bed. Yeah, and then we can get busy. So boom now. Operation. Get this guy sacked.
Wait. Pause that there.
Listen,
So his
now,
housemate.
my guy.
How long have I lived with his housemate for?
He must have been about 6 months.
6 months. Good relationship with his citizen.
Good relationship, but he didn't really like him.
Do you really like him?
He didn't really like him.
Paying his bills. You man devised a plan, you know. So.
But in Dubai, how it works is, so if you work for a company, they give you your housing, your phone allowance, your live out allowance if you wanted to go and find a different accommodation. So they provide you with accommodation.
All right.
Accommodation, 2-bed flat, sauna upstairs, swimming pool. I'm like, yo, all of that.
Get this guy
I was
out.
like, it's time to leave. I was like, it's time to leave. So,
Tell us this plan.
Operation Chris, game out. Yeah, it's time to leave. Yeah, flash the cheese inside. Yeah, my time. So come now. This is why God is good, you know. He didn't have to do anything. So this guy now.
Why is involving going in this crossing?
Sorry, listen. It's like that, man. If you're not fashion last, yeah.
You taught him a valuable lesson.
Fashion last, yeah. You're not my thing.
Go.
So Ben now was like, right, how are we gonna get this guy out because the apartment was gangster, and there was so Roscoe and Darren and Graham, our boys was living upstairs as well. So our boys was in this complex. So it's basically the Mahiki team. That's why I used to work for Mahiki. How are we gonna get Chris out of here? So Tuesday night was a ladies' night. That's our busiest night. People everywhere. Is that magic? Yeah, bottles flying. It's crazy. So this Chris guy must have been working for Mahiki, but had a little side hustle. So he had like in Dubai, you get like business cards to give to people. It's all to do with like you come to my place, I go to your place. So he's giving out some random business cards. One of the guys, one of the main managers, seen him, sacked him on the spot.
Oh!
Sacked him on the spot. We didn't have to do too much. We didn't have to do. It's like because it's very like territorial. You can't. That is a big disrespect. You can't do that. Not when you're working for a company in Dubai. He got sacked. Ben was like, open him, boom. I spoke to one of the main guys, got a job there. A week later, I was living in that same. Yeah. So people think my route to Dubai was easy. I remember sleeping on the couch with Ben because my best friend from Manchester. Shout out Ben. It was hard. I was thinking about moving back the first month because it was that hard. I was applying for jobs. I don't want to do this, don't want to do this. I remember it, and then God is good, man. And ended up getting that, and then the rest was history. As soon as I was in the company, it was game over.
You see, it's part of the haters that come with your personality. It's easy for people to think, oh, Micah this, Micah helped that, because that's a bit of their hateration. And it gives them a bit of justification. You know what I mean? And it's not, and not having it as well.
A lot more than, like, not saying, I want this to be understood.
Right.
What he's got is a lot more than Micah. No, I don't mean like a lot more than what Micah's got. I'm saying what he's got in himself is a lot more than what he may be getting from Micah.
Yeah.
Because
meaning you don't need to ride the back. You don't need to ride off the back.
He would have been good if Micah never made it.
Yeah,
100%.
You can tell. You got that wits about you, man.
Yeah, 100%. I knew that from early, man. You've got and that stems back to from going to obviously the likes of Archie and Weatherby. Just being around different people, I seen a different side to life where it's like I love Chapel Town and this is where I'm from and this is what I'm always gonna be. But I like a bit of
Yeah. Rightly so, man.
But I'm going over there too. Do you know what I mean? I can't. I'm a guy where if I'm in somewhere for a bit too long, I'm ready to move. Hence why I went to Manchester and Dubai, and I was in York for a bit. I don't like to be in the same.
You're still waiting to find that.
Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, like what's going on over there and like what's happening. So for me, so Dubai, that's my second home, man. That's my second home. I've still got people out there.
So out of 10.
Yeah, that's 1,000, man.
Out of 10. Realistic.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah, Dubai, it's a 10.
It's a definite 10.
1,000,000%.
10.1 if you could.
It's a 10.
It would beat Manny.
100%.
100%.
It's got the sunshine.
Right. Right, we're gonna go on to some more recent news going on right now. The riots. Give us your opinion about the riots.
You know the riots. I seen that and I seen the clips, and I seen that it was a lot of like foreigners. The one in Leeds.
Yeah, it was Romanians.
Yes, that was the first one I seen, and then I seen the whole people rioting against the whole taking our jobs and this and that. I think it's just people are miseducated. If you really understood what this country stood for, then you probably wouldn't be rioting. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of the time.
And then a lot of the times when them people who are rioting are put on the spotlight, why are you rioting? They don't even know why they're rioting. Do you know what I mean?
They try to come up with something that sounds stupid.
This is what I'm trying to say. So I'm all for like, if you're writing for something or if there's a cause. I remember when my dad told me about the riots back in Chapeltown, when it was black people being oppressed and was sick and tired of just being, abused and the police, brutality and all this. I couldn't understand. There's a cause there.
Eventually,
you're gonna rise up. Yeah,
something's gonna happen.
But these people are rioting because like someone could post something on social media, and then it just becomes a thing instantaneously and overnight. So in regards to the riots, what are people actually rioting for? Do you know what I mean?
Like, you see how I seen it is obviously we all know the reason the whole Hare Hills riot happened. Whether it was justified or not, it happened because of a kid being taken. Kids and a bunch of people being deported or whatever, and there's nothing they could have done about it. And this is all because of that kid that was neglected. And whatever happened, and end out in hospital. Blah blah. I personally think that frustrated a lot of these writers that we see now. A lot of the white people that said taking all the jobs, because what they would have seen, the whole of England would have seen in those footages of Hare Hills, is middle of the day, bare grown men not working and doing nothing. But yet their riots is starting about they're taking all our jobs. So it's basically like one thing that they've always said is that we're letting too many of them in. So right now I'm seen as, I'm trying to think of a white man. I'm trying to think like a white man. And we're letting so many of them in that they're able to riot about bullshit. And then the rest of them are taking our jobs. This is what I'm getting from it.
Put yourself in the mindset of a far right.
The EJAT white man, basically. Yeah. Of one that probably is jobless, most likely wants a certain job, can't get the certain job, and takes his frustrations out on the foreigners or on people. Back then it would have been us, but now it's the Romanians. It's not cool to be racist to black people anymore.
Agree with that, do you know what I think? I think it was like, a lot of it was fuckery and just propaganda as well. Like there was a message going around to everyone saying, the National Front are coming to Chapeltown on this day and that day, and they're going to do this and that. I think there was a group of people and they've done stuff on one day in Leeds, in Middlesbrough, in this place and that place. They've kicked off, they've been a bit wound up, had too much to drink, had too much drugs, and they've acted like fools. And I think people, the media and stupid people have tried to jump on it and just try to push it to make this big race war, which it didn't need to be, because I think
it was never really about race.
No, it wasn't.
I think that black people are about the mindset that where we are now and the place where we are, where we're very laid back and we don't trouble anyone unless they trouble us nowadays. So it's good, because if we wasn't, I think this would have just blown out of proportion. We would have gone into town, or any white person we've seen in Chapeltown would have been getting attacked. We're a lot more level-headed now.
We've been through it.
Yeah, we're kind of aware of the system now, and we're like,
we know how to act.
If they turn up, we know we've got like National Funk on Chapeltown Road in the 90s to 80s, and hundreds of people will make it there without smartphones, without all this technology we've got. We've got all this technology, and they're going to go on Chapeltown Road.
I already knew when I heard that there was good job. They would go to Chapeltown.
I didn't leave my house.
And they won't even go Hare Hills. They won't go Hare Hills.
Hare Hills is worse.
They won't go Hare Hills. They already know. They go in town and they go in places that are majority white. That's why you said Middlesbrough. That's why you said all these places, because they're going where they feel comfortable to shout out their racist slurs and all that shit there.
Social media, it's a blessing and a curse, and I think these people, they didn't care that people probably was like, oh, you're the da-da-da. It was just a hierarchy. If you had an English passport, you were probably a bit higher up and you probably get paid more money. But it was a hierarchy.
Really? Just by your passport, you'd get paid more money?
100%.
For the same job?
If you were Emirati, working in a job that I was working in, you probably get paid more money because they look after their own. Yeah, and it was and it worked. It was worked. But I think in England, there's a lot of lazy people in England who don't want to work, and then when they see people coming in from other countries who do want to work, well, why are they here? Why are they doing the job? You know what I mean? It's like, well, you don't want to work.
Is there benefits in Dubai?
Nah, there's not benefits.
See, these things here, man.
Nah. If you want to be in Dubai, you
gotta work.
Have a working visa.
Yeah.
And it works. So every person I came across was doing something or trying to better themselves. Where here, you could the more kids you have, the more benefits you can get. It's wild out here, man.
And maybe that's one of the things that the uneducated white people may have.
But to say
a bit of a point on
uneducated people.
Sorry, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, uneducated people. But let's face it, it's mostly white people doing this. You know, black people that say they're taking all our jobs. Asian people that say they're taking all our jobs. It's white people. But yeah, you're right. We've got to be. Yeah. So for that reason, for that reason, like they're taking all. See, I've lost myself there.
Stay with it.
They're saying they've basically. Oh yeah, that's it. So they're coming and saying they're taking our jobs. It's not sometimes about the job. Sometimes maybe it's the frustrations on, because let's face it, Romanians come. It's the colour of your skin, but at the same time, without me being white man for this, like Romanians do come and they do have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I don't know whether
put it this way.
It's a belief about protection or abortion.
It's a little while to drive down Hales. Then it's changed. But from when I was growing up,
it's changed.
I felt the change though. Do you know what I'm saying?
Just like how we call Bradford Bradistan, we can call this little Romania now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You feel it when you drive through.
You do feel it. You feel the tension. You feel the poverty.
Yeah. One time I was driving up there, up Harold's Lane, and these youths are play fighting in the road, and I'm thinking this looks a bit dodgy, you know. And then one of them tried like dart towards my car. I just dropped first on him for my drive. He was gonna pull you out, GTA. He was coming at my car like he was on badness. GTA. I drive towards him like, yo, we won. I had to drop first with my brother in the car.
It's like that.
It's changed, but it's part of life, isn't it, man? Things are supposed to stay the same.
Yeah, things change.
All right. Next one, breaking news. This is more up to date now. Monkeypox. You lot heard about that monkeypox? I know you lot heard about that monkeypox that's meant to be coming round.
Monkeypox.
It's in Europe now. Monkeypox.
As in like chicken pox, but worse. Is that what you said?
As in like cowpox, but worse. Monkeypox is worse than cowpox. Monkeypox is painful.
What the hell's cowpox?
You don't know what cowpox is? Yeah. That was one of the last pandemics of the. That was the pandemics of the 1800s or the 1700s or something.
So what you're saying? We've got a new pandemic coming? Is what you're saying?
This is what I'm hearing. Monkeypox, and it's in Europe. You got these big ass spots here, and you're in pain, dire pain.
I'm not seeing it yet.
Pain that makes you pass out, apparently.
None
of you heard about monkeypox?
I avoid the news as well, so I don't know.
I avoid the news, it just reaches me. I don't know how it reaches me. Alright then. We'll miss that one, see as you don't know about it.
We'll glide past that.
Yeah. Dead ass question.
Yeah, hold on to that, man.
Shut up!
Nah! I know what you're doing.
Monkeypox.
From saying kids, you pussy. Laugh, innit?
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Monkeys. You eat monkey. Fucking idiot. Don't try with your little sliding.
I don't say nothing about monkeypox.
Russia, you know, it's 3-on-1. Idiot.
I've had it myself, you know.
Change the question.
I've had it myself, you know. Do you eat monkey's batty?
Next question.
Monkey's batty, don't you?
Yeah, next question.
I've had it myself.
On to the next.
Alright then, alright. Do you listen to Leeds music? Leeds man's music. Leeds artists.
Yeah, I do.
Who?
Shout out Graft. Shout out Cole LC. I'll probably say they're probably the main two that I listen to at the minute.
Yeah.
Purely based on, I feel like they're the most prevalent. Yeah, shout out Graft, man, because he's gone on, done his thing on the thingy show. Rap game, won it, smashed it. And I remember seeing him in the Barbers in Leroy's, and he's just a really nice, humble, good guy.
Yeah,
you know, you want someone to win.
Yeah,
You want him to win.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he works hard. He's a music man. And that Cole LC, he can sing, man.
Yeah,
he can sing. And wasn't he on like X Factor or something?
Don't know.
Was
I just know it through
Was he on
Bernie.
X Factor?
No, he was on a big show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, through thingy, but he was on a show.
Yeah, I knew Birdie managed him.
Nah,
or
he
something,
can
but-
really sing.
Yeah, anything Leeds, I'm for it, man. I always try to support it. So shout out Graff, shout out Cole. Yeah, listen to their music, man, on a reg. And he's dropped a new thing as well.
Who, Graft?
Yeah.
New tune recently,
What's it called?
I'm not
I don't know
sure.
the name, but it's just brand new. He's just posted it up, so yeah, hail them on up, man.
Nah, he did well, man.
Hail up Graft, man. Hail up Graft.
Shout out J.O., man. He's
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
J.O.'s
yeah,
coming,
yeah.
bro.
Come
Listen, stay in the game. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
come back.
yeah.
You must see him posting online now.
Not to quit. Yeah.
J.O.'s
I've seen
coming
him back. Yeah.
I seen Bernie and Sheepy talking about it staying on his ass, yeah? So, shout out Jordy. Obviously for me, I'm going to be biased. It's my family. But
Yeah,
one of the
nah,
best
but he's
MCs.
probably the best.
Nah,
fella
he
I've
was-
seen.
he put CPT on the
Stay
map,
on it,
really.
Nah,
Stay on it, man.
Cold juice, man.
Stay on it, man. Just music's his thing.
He's too talented not to let go of music.
Nah,
to let go of
100%.
music,
He's coming
so.
soon, man. Watch his space. He's back online.
Nah,
so
he's back working, man.
Mm.
And he's got a lot of material
Yes,
from
be
what
ready
I'm
for that.
seeing.
And if that's his passion,
Man.
that's his passion.
Nah, trust me, man. Leeds artists as well. Yeah, I think I'd agree.
In fact,
as well.
let's stay on that for a bit because the Leeds artists, when we were growing up, Leeds artists, do you know what I mean?
There was a lot more. Yeah,
So we
I
had
feel like
Gadget
there
Boy,
was
rest in peace. We
Juice,
had Juice, we had Crawler, we had
LDC,
LDC.
Nugget, Rizzy, Magic. There was a tough crew, them, you know.
There was some-
LDC, Shawnee B,
Shawnee
Doogie.
B and them lot. Yeah,
There was
there
a
was some
good
lyricists,
there
man.
was a lot, man.
Oh, let me tell you a little story.
Ghost
about-
crew.
Ghost Crew. Let me tell you a little story about Leeds.
Go
So
on.
you must remember CMB.
Yeah, I do,
Right,
man.
so boom now. Shout out CMB.
Cash Money Brothers.
Yeah, Micah and Jordy must have been in Leeds. Told me the story many a times. Must have been in Leeds, with some of the lady friends at the time, and somebody has touched. Somebody has touched one of. I think it might have been Jordy's lady friend's ass. It was like a group of group of white guys. So it's kind of like a racism sort of thing.
Oh
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
the
yeah.
story. I
Remember
remember
the
the story.
story?
Yeah,
Oh, so you've heard it.
So
Go on.
boom now. So Micah and Jordy are there. So it's a bit of a, do we get into it with these? We'll probably hit one of them and probably lose. But we're from a place where you don't really...
Tech chat.
Yeah. So we
yeah.
got to do something. So anyway, them lot about to start getting into it with these guys now. This racist attack, if that's what you want to call it. CMB coming round the corner. CMB out of nowhere.
How many, man?
He said it must have been about 15, 20, man.
Easy. On
Yeah.
a normal day, they
Them
don't
lot
roll.
said the timing couldn't have been any better. They was about to start getting it. So it's Michael and Jordy and about 10 of these guys with the girls, and obviously trying to protect the girls whilst trying to fight. CMB come round the corner. Hey, what's going on here? Yo, you man alright? What's going on? You know, them man always came ready, you know.
Active.
You know, them man always came ready.
active.
They said it was just a blowout.
I
said
just
it
got
was
off.
They said they got some licks that day.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
They try and hold the road.
They said so. The shout out Leeds, man, because Leeds for me it's home, man, and I always feel like the people in Leeds always come out when we need them. So shout out CMB, man.
Have you ever had any like funny vibes in Leeds? Being obviously Micah's brother and all that kind of like.
Question that. In Leeds,
I've never heard any stories, but
yeah, there's been one time I'm not gonna say his name because he's a friend of mine, but we had a conversation. It was an open conversation, and he basically said that I basically used to chill with this guy from like when I was young, up until when I went to university. And naturally, you know, if you move to a different city, you're not going to see people. So I've always had my boys from home, Rory, Desi, Curtis, you know, all the man them. They've always been my boys, no matter what. If I come back to Leeds, I shout them. But when I was doing certain things in Manchester, it might not make, when I come back home, it might not feel the same doing it with them, because they might not want to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like I've met some new guys who are wanting to do this. You don't really want to do that.
It's not the same vibe.
Yeah,
the same thing. You got
exactly. So I've come home,
kind
tried
branched off, innit?
Yeah. But just
you're from the same tree, but you're
I'm over here. Yeah. Not
yeah.
in like a boasty way, but just how it happened. And a friend said to me, I feel like you've changed.
I knew that was coming out your mouth.
I feel like you've changed. Don't really check for man anymore. You know, we always used to be close growing up. Now I feel like I can't really relate to you. And
do you think there's added pressure on you making connections with people because of who you are and who your brother is? Like, I feel like I've always looked at, especially Mike, like, I always said to myself, big man thing, when he blew, I always said, would you have been checking him regularly if he was in uni? And everyone that expects something from him, would you be checking him regularly if he just went to uni? He's never made it for Man City. He just went to uni to go do sports. Would you be going down on a train off your own pocket, off your EMA, them times, or your little trees money, or whatever you're doing? Were you going down there regular? You ask yourself that, and then think if you really deserve anything from your deserve his time of day, because you would have naturally grown apart anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So do you feel like there's a pressure because of Micah's clout, and obviously you and him are like a package? You get one, you get the other kind of thing, and it's always been the same because you're so close in age and stuff. Do you feel like because of who you guys are and how you carry yourself, that there's pressure on you to check for people and be the one to reach out, and
otherwise you've changed, otherwise you're a sellout, whatever you want to say?
You boys don't know half of it, man. Like, it's just trying to just be that all the time. It's hard, man.
You can imagine.
I get you. And I can imagine, even though you probably would have known deep down that's not true, just like how you explained it, these friends do this, these friends do this, it's not the same vibe. That would have hurt you though, your close boy telling you you've changed.
Especially when you believe in your heart that nothing has really changed other than me moving away. But you've got to remember that when you're so close to somebody and then you move to another place, if you're continuing on and enjoying your life and living your life, that person here might not be enjoying their life and living life. Do you know what I'm saying? So then resent will just form naturally because of how this person's now living. Do you know what I mean? And this person isn't necessarily neglecting what they've got. So every time I come back to Leeds, like, I love Leeds, like, I love it, but I know that in order for me to get where I want to be, I can't be in Leeds. Do you know what I mean? And that's no disrespect to Leeds. It's just, that's just keeping it real.
You've just got your vision for yourself. It's as simple as that.
Keeping it 100. Do you know what I mean? Purely based on, I've seen shit. Do you know what I mean? I remember being in LA, like, as a 21-year-old, growing up on hip-hop and MTV bass, being in a club and seeing it live and direct. Do you know what I mean? I've seen some shit where it's like, there's a bit more out here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't then confine myself to just Leeds because I'm
everyone else.
Not because I'm above it or beyond it. It's because I've seen some things. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you don't want to go back to this box.
I can't.
In before you
because I want more of what's out there. And you know the crazy thing about going to them places, it's just people who are like back home. I was like, that person, that's the same person from back home. You could do this. I remember speaking to loads of people from back home, come to Dubai. Like, I've seen guys who useless. I was like, you could come out and do it, but it's this barrier where they believe that I'm not able to do it because of I'm used to this environment. I was always about breaking out of the environment. So, being Micah's brother it's a blessing, and I'm not going to say it's a curse because it's not. For me, it's a double blessing, but some people might look at it as fucking hell, I bet he has to deal with all this shit, but I don't, because it's like it's just
You've got a low tolerance to bullshit though as well.
Yeah, I've got low tolerance to bullshit, but as I get older, I understand more.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
before, I might have think like that guy who said what he said to me about, oh yeah, you don't check for man. At first, it was a bit like, oh, what you on about? But now I understand him. Do you know what I mean? It's not a me problem. It's probably a him problem. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to meet people where they are. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I can understand someone will look at me and think, fucking hell, he's got everything that I would want. But fucking hell, everyone's got problems. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like we're all human beings, and like sometimes you look on social media and you kind of portray it a certain way and whatever else. But keeping it real, like I'm on cloud 9. I love life. I've been blessed. I can't complain about anything, and I'm not gonna allow anyone's negative vibes to come and deter me from where I'm trying to get to. Do you know what I'm saying? Mindset. But I'm happy to have a conversation. And I will openly say I'll hear you out because I get it. Because if I was in your position and you seen, it was my friend who I could understand. Do you know what I mean? Family members switched on me, close friends switched on me. But as I get older, I get it now. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna hold anything against them because. Just where it's where they are, and you have to meet people where they are sometimes.
And you're old enough to be able to put yourself in their shoe and totally understand why they've got that mentality towards you, rather than it being true. 100%. It's just being able to put yourself in other people's perspective.
What he's saying. 100%. You've got to think. He's on one. Not like we're separated, but he's over there, and I'm in the slums. So I'm seeing it. I'm living it. I'm even looking like, hey, how come that pussy was around and. But then when I've got, like I said, the reason why I can say stuff like the statement I made earlier on, like obviously it's hard.
Wait, shout out Sanka because Sanka's been there from day one. Like for people who don't know, my dad and Sanka's dad are brothers, and Sanka has been one of the closest cousins to me growing up. Sanka's dad, my uncle Tony, was there for my brother in certain times with football and whatever else. So. Yeah, hold tight, Sanka. People might not know, but Sanka's my first cousin, and will always be my first cousin. Do you know what I'm saying? Like one of my main cousins who I've always been around growing up. Obviously, naturally, as you get older, you move away or whatever. But love's still there.
And that's the thing. Like you have to realize in life, like you said, you can when you're broken out of luck and you're not living your purpose, you can watch someone who is living their purpose and be like. I should have got this. I should be doing this.
Hating comes naturally sometimes for some people. You know what I mean?
You've got outsiders like, yo, does my man do this? And it's like, sometimes you've got to evaluate yourself and say, but what the fuck am I bringing to the table if I go over there? What am I really doing though? Like, what am I just going to sit there and live off a fight I had in the wreck?
I could sit here and hate, but if I was in his position, would I be any better than where I am now?
No, but the thing is, you've got to understand the person that's in that position. If you know that person, and I can say this with my hand on my heart, whether I've been broken out of luck with that person, we both had a bill to go shopping. I've heard him have to get a lecture and told, you can't buy everyone everything. You've got £100. Focus on your immediate family. He's trying to buy Nana, Granddad, cousin, so-and-so, Auntie June, Auntie Pa. He's trying to get everybody something out of £100. And I remember your mum would say to him, yo, boy, it don't work like that. That's not how this money thing works. You've got to prioritize what that can go. That £100 can't stretch that far. So when you have seen these things and you understand the person, you can never resent that person. You can never look at them in a funny light and be like, nah, I should have got it. Because you shouldn't have got nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't play I didn't work when he was going football training, I thought I was bad. I was getting into fights and that. What do I deserve? Real big man thing though, what do I...
No, it's true.
I need to come with a business plan and say, right, look, if I was to say, yo, look, I've got a business plan, this is that, can you post this, or can you... If I needed something doing, I know he's there. That's why I've never called him for the podcast, because I need to bring something that's worthy, that's going to change our lives. Otherwise, I'm not wasting nobody's time. What's the point? You know what I mean?
Nah, I get it.
So that's kind of a lesson for everyone. I think everyone needs to look at the bigger picture and be like, in life, what can you bring to the table?
100%.
Not what can that person's doing this, that.
For me.
What can you bring to that table to make yourself an asset in people's lives? And I think that's one of the most important things I learned, man. Make yourself an asset and
well said, Sanka, man. It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. Like being in Leeds, moving to Manchester, Dubai, and just obviously having a close relationship with my brother. Marnie and seen it all. It's just been. It's hard to fully explain it because it's a life that's been the best part. Obviously, Michael went pro 16.
Like 20 years.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so people, like, a lot of shit that people talk to me about and like lies people trying. We've lived 1,000 lives. We've been thrust into like living in Chapeltown. To then living in one of the most expensive areas.
What was that transition like?
Yeah.
From Hillcrest to.
It was like a real life version of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
One of them mansion gate.
Like, I remember experiencing it for a weekend and it was just like,
yeah, that's
crazy.
mad. I need to get my money up.
Living. It was crazy, but obviously it was overnight. It was overnight. I remember we lived in a place in Warrington for a bit, and then he bought this big house in Manchester. Obviously, you know, we're private people, so I don't want to put his stuff out there, but you know, he'll understand. But we were there as a family, and we were just having fun. I remember we used to get like quad bikes and we were ripping up and down the street. We were still young people. I'm only like 19, 20 when I moved down.
Yeah.
I remember Jordy being on a quad bike and dislocating his knee, doing like the stand-up Olympics, running around, doing a 100-meter sprint. Do you know what I mean? But imagine in one of the most expensive areas in Manchester, they weren't ready for, like, we were young people.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's getting to the bag, and we're there trying to support him, live our lives through university and college and stuff.
Still do your own
but
thing.
still
but
be a
support
family.
them.
We're still
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to be a family, and Michael was great at that, bringing people together. And like, shout out my brother, man, because
big
like,
him up, man.
shout out my
Michael,
brother,
man.
because like people think they know him, but the amount of stuff that he's had to go through, the amount of shit that he does for people, like he basically gives his life to other people. He could be in a place where it's like, fuck you, I'm the so rich and successful and I can just live my life, but he dedicates his life to helping people. He dedicates his life to helping people.
That's his
and like the
though.
thing is, like, when people, I get pure people message me online, oh, can you get, and like, I get it because they always think it's just them, but imagine it, and because I'm probably the closest person to him, people think I'm this bridge
to get
to him.
Yeah,
and I get that because people know me and we're good people. We would never like, we were in Nando's today, and shout out the kid who came over and spoke to us. He came over, he working in Nando's, he was 18, and then we thought he was coming over for a picture, and he said to my brother, I know you've done very well, you're very successful. What advice could you give to me to just like be as successful as I possibly can? Wow. And I was fucking blown away. I was like, wow. I was like, wow. Those people coming over taking pictures of grown men taking, and my brother said, sit down. His brother told him to sit down, and he said, well, what do you like to do? What you into? He talked about him being into building and didn't really do too well in school, but he's got a good work ethic and he wants to grind and he wants to work. And he said, that's it. He said, that's it. It's like, don't worry about what people are talking about in terms of like your academics and that. Have you got good work ethic? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I've got 2 jobs. I work the building for my dad. I'm in Nando's grinding, stacking, going to Australia. And it was just like, I would have sat there just listening to him. And that's what he's about. He's about people. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's, people think that when you become that successful, that it's very easy to offer success to somebody else, but it's not. It's the hardest thing because you might not have the same work ethic as me. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
So now I might give you 100 grand, but in a year that 100 grand might be gone because you've not got the same work ethic. I can't instill the work ethic that I've got into you. You have to have that for yourself. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
and a lot of the people who come to my brother haven't got that inside of them, but they want something. But I get it because we come from a place where if someone makes it, we all make it. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
What a lot of people don't understand is like, it's not only the people from who we've grown up in, it's the people who we might have met along the way. Then you've got the football community, where it's one of the craziest environments to be in, where everybody's like, fucking kit man, this man is like, oh, can you help me out? Do you know what I mean? It's a lot more than what people see.
Yeah.
But because Micah is so incredible at understanding that, like, I've got a job to do, And anything I do behind the scenes, it's behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean? He's not doing anything for plaudits. He works his ass off 24/7. 1 minute he's in. I remember I had a conversation with him. He was in Mexico. He came back to the UK. Then he's back in Mexico. Had to sort some out in London. Then he had to go back to Mexico. It's doing League of Their Own. Then he's doing Sky. People don't see that. People think that traveling and people just think that success is an easy journey. It's not. You have to understand that there's more to it than that what you see. So being successful, you have to sacrifice a lot and you have to be able to endure a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I work with my brother now, and one of the biggest things that he's instilled in me is work ethic and understanding that you have to give back. Do you know what I mean? That's his thing. You can't just be on this high horse and not help people along the way.
It's not just all about you.
No,
You've got the hard work ethic for yourself, but along the way,
you have to give back. That's all he ever does. That's all he ever does. So, sorry, I've gone on a bit more than.
No. This is good, man. This is good, man. I'm glad you
need
did.
to clear it up because
people need to understand.
People in like
there's a lot of people watching this that is going to listen to them to this last 5 minutes, and they need to hear it.
That don't slander him and chat shit about little decisions that they believe if they.
Even not to you, man. To people that
some people are brazen enough to try and approach man with it.
Is it?
And
I remember someone told me when he, you remember the T2 video, Heartbroken. So obviously he was in that video. Yeah. And it got filmed. The first part got filmed in Cabas in Leroy's. Yeah. And then the second bit was in London. I had a conversation with Jordan Wisdom, saying that there was some guys ready to try rob him that same day.
Yeah. Well, I heard around that time, Juice and Mike got a bird call saying, "Yo, because it's gonna get sticky," and then T2 that ended up getting robbed.
This is what I'm trying to say, and this is what I'm trying to help your community.
Because the HG, obviously Mike's, everyone knows him, innit? And
shout out Jordan, man. He said, "Nah, that's not working today.
Could go left.
It's not working today." So it's a double-edged sword. You become successful and you try to help the people around you, but then the people around you are trying to do you wrong. So it's like you just got to manage it, but that's what it comes with, and I've seen it play out firsthand. So
yeah, that's the end.
Yeah, shout out my brother, man. He keeps it 100. And out of Leeds, he's not the most successful because of the money he's earned. He's more successful because of the people he's helped. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's helped so many people, and he's changed so many lives, and that's what does it for me. Money comes and goes, but if you change someone's life, then they're always going to remember that. So.
And you can tell the kind of exciting, influential character he has. You can tell how the people look at him, even Gary Lineker, Thierry Henry, how they look at him on the screen. They respect him, you know what I mean?
Brother,
not a lot of pundits get the respect,
those man in this room have sat in a room with him watching these, man. From where little, when he used to fall, support fucking Newcastle. Because of Asprilla and them, man, there. We've sat in a room watching him on a little dead telly.
You got all the
You get what I'm saying?
And then my man sitting there right beside him.
Imagine I'm sat at yard with my little Rasta man, so and just cool, and I'm like, Gary Lineker, but these men are rating him. And it's like he's the main attract. So see stuff like that, it just empowers me. Like, yo, what he's got, I've got, you know.
All right.
So when anyway.
Yeah. But enough about him. But I got one question for you. I know you said you started football late. Yeah, you started football late. Did you ever have any football aspirations when you did start football? Especially seeing your brother make it. Did you ever think, you know what? You know, you're athletic. Yeah. You was good at gymnastics. You are quick. Yeah. As soon as you got good with the ball, do you ever think, you know what, I could go somewhere with this? You know, I might be able to follow in his footsteps. Like I said before,
gymnastics was my first sport. I just found it football too late. I truly believe if I was early like Micah, I probably could have played a bit.
Definitely. Yeah.
Just because I didn't realise I had a bit. Like, a lot of people are who might listen to this, like, I played in Wetherby at Kirkdeaton and played for my school and stuff, but I was more of a raw talent then. I had pace. Yeah. Could kind of finish, but didn't know the art of finishing. Yeah. Now, when I play football, it's like when Michael was still playing, they used to do a pre-season before the pre-season in Manchester. Right. Remember, Marley, we used to go play five-a-side. Honest to God, playing with professionals on a regular basis, that changed something for me. Daniel Sturridge live and that, Nader Manua, Ishmael Miller, my brother, Kelvin are two. Like the way they move the ball, the stroke it and stuff. Like football's an art, and it wasn't until then where I understood how to properly play football. Yeah. So then I took that, went into university, and I played for this university team, and something just clicked. Something just clicked, and I just ripped it up. I must have played about 30 games for him. I scored in pretty much every single game.
I actually believe every
So where did you play when you played for the uni team?
So my main position was right wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to I used to enjoy crossing the ball, and then when we lived with my brother, shout out Juicy, we had a full size net in the back garden. Man, we used to do free kick training every day, and me and Juicy would just bang on it every single day, like free kicks. So then when I went to university, I think I scored like 10 free kicks that season. Yeah. Just because we were just out there every single day. My brother used to go mad because just tear up the lawn. Yeah, on the grass, yo, the grass, man. But obviously, I'm going out on his lawn in football boots, but you might know I like my lawn now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So now I understand it. It was like we was tearing his lawn up.
Yeah.
Football boots, but
the lawn man brought you in, man.
But yeah, it was because when we played in Manchester, and just seeing how they play football live, because everybody thinks, oh yeah, I could do that, but you play with professionals.
It's different.
Completely. So when you obviously boys see me, because you probably not really seen me play football
Never.
before. Yeah.
Until that day.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he didn't play football when we were playing
That's
at school.
what I'm saying, yeah.
Like even Ronaldo used to play with, man.
Yeah.
But T didn't play. T was chilling with Kurt.
Yeah, you remember?
Doing backflips.
Backflips and that. So when I come up there and
yeah.
I was scratching my dreads like, nah, what's going on here?
I learned a bit.
Mad talented, man. But you're naturally athletic and you're naturally gifted and you're self-aware, you know yourself.
Yeah,
so
that's awareness.
Anything you put yourself to, you're always gonna master it because of your awareness.
You see, when you're in school, your PE teacher tells you, they tell you these things. Sports is 80% mental, 10% physical, 5% whatever, but basically most of it's mental. 100%. It's only when that thing clicks, because it clicked for me as well, football. I was 14, 13, 15 playing for Yorkshire Amateurs.
Oh, you played for Amateurs as well?
Yeah, I played for Amateurs.
Right.
Playing for Yorkshire Amateurs, and I didn't think I understood the game like how I understood until I left school.
It's an art.
Until you understand how to read the game, you understand just the simple details in how to pass the ball, little things.
Running
where
styles.
to run,
Running styles.
all of that there, and you don't really click it. You're thinking, how did I not get this when I was? If I got this when I was younger, I would have been getting scouted now and rare.
It's annoying.
It's annoying.
I really got
so
into
late?
it late, and I was like I would just watch I'll just be on YouTube just watching random games, just the art of football. Like now, so when I play in 5-a-side, 7-a-side,
your problem.
Like
man.
I'm just
you
like
understand the game.
Yeah,
something
click and I understand it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll be watching like someone like you play, and immediately I know exactly what I have to do. I'll be watching someone like Sanka play. I know exactly what I have to do.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And it shows on the pitch though.
Yeah.
You got to get a freaking inch with him, take a break, sub him off.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the game.
It was that's your journey, innit? Like, it wasn't your journey to be the footballer. It was your journey to do what you're doing and to test yourself all the time.
Some people are late bloomers. Like, there's a Spurs left back a couple of years ago. What's his name? Name some Spurs left
We're out
backs.
of time, I think.
Was it Trippier? No, it's not Trippier. There's another left back before Trippier, and apparently he didn't even like football.
Anyway,
right.
He only played it because he was good at it, and he got offered a contract.
You're on
it was
about
a job.
Suakota.
That's it.
Yeah, Suakota.
That's it.
Yeah, it was a job.
Yeah. It was literally just a job for him. He didn't like football. He never even really watched it. He didn't support a team. He just played professional football and got paid dough because he was good at it.
Yeah, that's great.
You know what I mean? And there's some people.
Sometimes you got to treat it like that.
Sometimes you have got to treat it like that.
Saying we're out of time.
Yeah.
Keeps your emotions away. No, we're not out of time yet. One more.
Well, this is only going to be audio though, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. The camera's done.
Oh, the camera's done. Oh, fuck it. All right, now.
To be fair, we could have done this for fucking 8 hours.
Ah. All right. Fuck it. I'll save it for another one. All right, cool. All right. So we're gonna finish it now.
People will be asking.
Did it? Meshech.
Big T, dad.
Sorry, Big T.
I've always called you Meshech. When my man said
You know
Tee,
what? You know
I
what's
never
crazy?
put Tee to you. You know, I
what's
just called
crazy
you
about
Meshech.
that?
I want to explain who tees all the time.
I know, but you have
You
to.
know, but I like that though. There's only a select few people who call me that, and when you call me, it's nice to hear.
Because
someone
it
call me
brings you
Meshech.
back to before you were called Tee.
Yeah.
And that's
People
what I
who
knew,
know
yeah.
me will say it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
him. There's my mum, and there's a guy I used to work with. There's like 3 people.
Yeah,
and when
yeah.
you say it, I was like, yeah,
You
yeah,
like
it's
it,
nice.
it rings a bell kind of
But
thing.
say it and know it, not like fucking Meshech. Or
Nah. I've always known the difference.
Do you know what I'm
fam.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
a lot of people don't know the difference, though. So yeah.
Nah. So yeah, Meshech, Sanka, Mr. Blood Clot C. This is Say It With Ya.
Yo.
Blood Clot Chest.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed that, man.
Won't even get that last bit with that little shit.